Hello everybody, thanks for joining us. Have you ever noticed or have you thought about that society today has lost its sense of reverence? Reverence for other people, reverence for life, reverence for families, the elderly, but especially a reverence for God. You know, we could define reverence as that attitude we have that would show something or to someone respect and honor and veneration. And it seems like we've actually lost that. It's that manifestation that we would show to God and to other people that we just don't seem to have anymore. And we can talk about why that's happened, but I think what's more important to us right now is what can we do about it? You know, Psalm 104 tells us that God is clothed in majesty and splendor. What a beautiful thought. He's the creator of the world. And he's the divine forgiver. He's the divine God that protects us and helps us and provides for us and keeps us safe. So wouldn't you think he deserved that ability to revere him and have reverence for him? You know, as we develop a relationship with God, it helps us actually transcend ourselves into an understanding of who he is and why he deserves that reverence. Psalm 24 says this, "Who may go up on the mountain of the Lord? Or who may stand in this holy place?" In other words, when we go to God even in prayer, we should approach him in humility, with gratitude, with the sense of love for who he is and respect for who he is, a sense of praise. But also think of this. If our reverence is a reflection of what's in our hearts, and if God made us in his own image and likeness, then for us to revere God would mean we would also have to revere his entire creation. Everything in his creation, including life and every other human life, no matter who they are. You know, if we're created in God's image, Isaiah tells us this, "Have no fear, for I have redeemed you. I have called you by name. You are mine. You are precious in my sight." And God says, "And I love you." Psalm 139 reminds us that God knitted us in our mother's womb. Think of this now. The creator of the world, the God who is love, personally knitted and created each one of us from conception in our mother's womb. He loves us that much. See, he has reverence for us in all his creation. And if we realize we're created in his image and likeness, then we can't reverence him without reverencing each other. Because how can you reverence a father and not reverence, and not revere, not respect, and not honor his children? The Bible says, if anyone says they love God, but they hate their brother, then that person is a liar. That's in 1 John 4:20. So what can we do about this? What can we do about this seemingly decline of reverence in our world? Well, number one, we can recall that God is love. And because he is love, and again, because we're created in his image, we have to show him the awe and the respect that comes from our heart. And then secondly, we have to show it to everybody else, including our enemies. If you have someone that doesn't like you, and unfortunately, if we live on this earth, we probably are in that situation where there's someone that doesn't like us, picture that person sitting around the table of God as one of his children. Think about how many times God has forgiven you. Think about how many times God has probably forgiven that person, and then you do the same. Show that reverence for God's children as much as you show it for him. And then finally, envision God as our creator and our protector and our provider, the one who loves us, the one who is the source of all good things. And as a reflection from your gratefulness and the love in your heart, show that reverence to him and all of his creation, but especially those he's put side by side with us, those in our families, those in our neighborhoods, those we work with, whether it's a boss or an employee or a coworker. Remember that all of them deserve our reverence. You know, we can sit around and shake our heads and mourn the fact that reverence has declined in our society, or we can do something about it. Remember, reverence is nothing more than a reflection of the love in our hearts. We hope that you've been inspired by this. We hope that you've liked it. We hope you'll think about it some more and look for ways that we can all start to revere each other and revere God for who He is. I have a friend that likes to say, God is God and we're not. So let's reverence Him and then reverence each other too. Don't forget to find us on social media. Don't forget to go to our website. If you have prayer requests, we'd love to pray with you and pray for you. Until next time, keep smiling, because that smile is nothing but a reflection of your heart for the reverence of God and everything He created.